Maria Montessori's compassion towards the differently abled resulted in exemplary work at Orthophonic School. Subsequently, it led to the establishment of Casa di Bambini, the House of Children. In this journey, several scholars influenced Maria Montessori. Among them, eight are significant. These eight foremost influences were from varied disciplines like experimental psychology, educational pedagogy, and anthropology. The first scholars to captivate Maria Montessori were two experimental psychologists, Jean-Marc Itard and Edward Seagon. Jean-Marc Itard was famous for his work with Avron Boy or Wild Boy. Although Wilhelm Wundt and Binet were considered the founders of physiological psychology, Montessori recognized Itard as the founder of scientific pedagogy. Itard's work with Wild Boy reformed the treatment of the defective children. Edward Seagon, a disciple of Itard, continued the application of Itard's discovery. Seagon had the experience working with normal children. Hence, he chunked the concepts and taught them at different levels. In her book, The Montessori Method, Maria Montessori gives credit to the great experimental psychologist and says that many of her materials have their lineage from Itard and Seagon. We have some of the materials named after Seagon till date in the Montessori classroom. In addition to experimental psychologists, Montessori also studied the education system in her days. The major pedagogues who influenced Montessori were Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Johann Henrik Pestalozzi, and Frederick Froebel. Jean-Jacques Rousseau asserted that sense training was the basis of all knowledge. He emphasized the process of learning than the objective of learning. For him, the work of the teacher was to assist the child. However, Montessori disapproved of Rousseau's belief that civilization corrupts the children. We see Rousseau's influence in the importance given to learning and upholding educators' work as an aid in the Montessori schools. Rousseau's ideas were brought into classroom by Pestalozzi and Froebel. Pestalozzi also emphasized sense training. He believed that thinking begins with concrete objects and field trips were crucial for the children's learning. Probably, Montessori's ideas of introducing field trips and presenting concepts from concrete to abstract might have their origin in Pestalozzi. Froebel is revered as the father of nursery education. One finds a lot of similarities between Froebel and Montessori philosophies. Froebel had developed his equipment and called them gifts and occupations. The study of Froebel reinforced Montessori's idea of working with materials and the importance of movement. Reading Rousseau, Pestalozzi, and Froebel, one cannot but think if all these three had similar views, why did the education system during Maria Montessori times suffer? It appears the schools followed one uniform curriculum and the ministry determined what would be taught, who would be hired to teach, and conducted all examinations. Examinations alone determined the students' progress. Isn't it similar to the present education system? While studying medicine, Montessori was also a student of anthropology. She was influenced by Achille di Giovanni, Cesare Lombroso, and Giuseppe Sergi. Giovanni was a physician and medical educator. He stressed the study of the individual through observation of pathology. The influence of Giovanni on Montessori is maintaining the records of height, weight, and other body measurements of children in the Montessori House of Children. Cesare Lombroso was a criminal anthropologist who studied the cause and remedies of antisocial behavior of the prisoners and researched extensively on ways to put them back in society. Cesar Lambrasso and other criminal anthropologists influenced Montessori's idea of discipline and freedom. Giuseppe Sergi was a professor of anthropology at the University of Rome. He is famous for his work on the distribution of races, particularly the Aryans and the Mediterranean race, and his geometrical description of the cranium. Montessori borrowed his scientific investigation, which helped her observe children without any prejudices, make extensive notes, analyze, and conclude. Study of anthropology helped Maria Montessori to be objective in her work with children. Montessori was influenced by these eight philosophers and many more. Yet, Montessori did not believe what she studied. She experimented and changed her beliefs according to the path shown by the child. Like Gautama, the Buddha, she followed the middle path. Thus, the greatness of Maria Montessori is not that she discovered a scientific education method, but the true nature of the child.